Well, as a spectacle, the rematch of this fight, I think we can say it lived up to all the expectations that we hoped it would be. It was a fantastic boxing match between these two. However, controversy around the scorecards and the final result today. David, do you want to kick us off with this?
Yeah, rarely do you get all three judges having it the same way. Obviously, there were different rounds, but all had Tyson winning only 4 rounds. I thought that was very, very harsh. I definitely feel the fight was closer than that. Tyson raised his game. Tyson boxed a lot better this time than he boxed last time. I thought his pace, his rhythm. I thought he was trying his best to get in close and rough him up inside. He was doing all the things he needed to do. Usyk just raised his game once again. He's got gears and just keeps going. Whatever Tyson did, he just kept upping it.
Well, we haven't seen the scorecard, but Frank gave us an insight there. 2 judges had Tyson winning 1 round from the 6th round onwards. What are your initial thoughts to that?
I mean, I scored it myself a draw. So I think if you go either way of that by a round to Fury or a round to Usyk, then you can't really complain. But to give him only 1 round in the last 6 seems a bit wrong to me, if I'm being honest. But look, Usyk's like you said, Fury was better tonight.
Much better.
Usyk had to be better as well. He held the ring more, Fury. The centre of the ring more. He was trying to push him back. But Usyk upped his game. He had to as well, and he done that. And that is what champion fighters do. I'm sure Fury is gutted and disappointed, and they all probably feel like he should have won the fight. But for me, I scored it a draw. But I think the 3 judges definitely had it 2 ways.
I'm not sure if either camp thought they'd won at the end for sure. I know that Sugar Hill in the corner was saying we need this round, as opposed to what he was saying in the previous fight. So I just think the Usyk camp probably thought they'd nicked it, and I think that the Fury camp probably thought they'd nicked it. But let's remember, in that first fight, it was a really tight decision, a split decision. Okay, the judges could only agree on the winner in 4 rounds. 4 judges. 4 rounds for Usyk, 4 rounds for Fury, 4 rounds they didn't know what they were doing. And it sounds like they've done the same thing tonight. And I've got to be honest with you, I've never seen Frank Warren speechless like that, lost for words. He wasn't even in touch with what was going on, so he wasn't even screaming blue murder and an instigation. And JD was trying to goad him and saying, I know that you've appealed in the past. And Frank's just shaking his head. He has no idea what's going on. Now, what he didn't say, though, careful, think about what he said. He didn't say it was a robbery. He didn't say my man's breezed it. He was more astounded at that stat about the last 6 rounds. Yeah. He was astounded about the 4. Yeah. Had it been 7-5, okay, I don't think he would have said that much. But he didn't say that was a robbery, that was a scream up, I'm going to appeal, let's have a rematch. You think, why didn't he say that, Dave? Why didn't he say that?
Well, I tell you what, why didn't he say it? I've no idea. He just looked dumbfounded, didn't he?
He just looked completely in shock.
Yeah, he really did. But, I mean, out of every round, out of all the 12 rounds, there wasn't any that was really one-sided in anyone's favour. So, in that sense, you're always going to see different scorecards, aren't you? But, yeah, they only give Fury 4 rounds in that fight. Seems very unfair to me.
A lot of people around me in ringside, as I walked past the Radio Raheem, he had it 9-3 to Usyk. And I remember he said that to me, and I was like, it's way closer than that. And everyone,
9-3 to Usyk?
Yeah. 9-6, and I remember as I was walking past him, I said that's a close one. I said maybe Usyk 1 or 2 rounds. He went, what? And there was a few people around him. They was all shocked that I thought it was close.
You know what, Dave? I said to Carl just before we came back and sat down at the end of the fight, I said I wouldn't be at all surprised here if one judge goes 7 rounds to Fury and another judge goes 7 rounds to Usyk. And judging by what you've picked up on your stroll back here, you've picked up that same kind of discrepancy. And I think that maybe explains why Frank Warren was more dumbfounded than angry. Do you remember after the Nick Ball fight, when we saw him out when Nick Ball fought for the featherweight title against Ray Vargas? Yeah. Frank Warren could barely speak at the end of the fight.
And
what we saw there was, and he was right, was a dumbfounded Frank Warren, just concerned that the judges did that they scored those last 6 rounds the way they scored it. I'm a bit confused by that.
Well, yeah, I mean, how does boxing address these controversies?
Oh, well,
that's the age-old question, isn't it, Becky? You're new to this game, aren't you?
Not that new.
but you've got 3 judges all agreeing for the first time in a massive fight.
Yeah, so we should be applauding them.
We should be happy that literally they all agreed that, you know, Fury won 4 rounds.
Yeah.
That's not how I saw it, but they all 3 judges, and that's their job to judge, saw it that way. People at ringside saw it even wider than that. I don't agree personally from my point of view, but it depends what you're after. It depends what you like. The rounds were close. You could make an argument for.
Frank says that Oscar De La Hoya had Fury a mile in front. Now, I would take Oscar De La Hoya's view over Radio Raheem's view.
Absolutely.
You agree with that?
We have a situation with this where we're going to speak to people at ringside and we're going to have a 13-round difference. And someone's just gone, it's only a 12-round fight, Bunce. There you go. That's how odd it could be. Someone could go 7, someone could go 7 the other way. 14-round difference. Hey-ho.